What's your assessment of your first two games and out in the end zone already? How do you feel about when things have started from?
I've been having a lot of fun being able to play with all these guys. I feel like we have a great team, so it's been a blessing, honestly.
Take us through that touchdown.
To be honest, I kind of blacked out during it. I remember catching it and then remember touching the end zone. But man, it was an incredible feeling, especially seeing the sideline celebrating, seeing all those guys sprinting after me. It really makes you feel like this team cares about each other. So it's a blessing to be able to play.
Your height and size obviously is the first thing that gets talked about. How much do you like being able to show off how well you can run?
I've always taken pride in being able to be athletic. I've always worked super hard to try to be as athletic as possible, especially because being tall, I feel like people kind of underestimate it. So that's something I always taken pride in and really tried to work for.
Duce, your recruitment was longer than most people's. When you look back at that time, is this what you expected from your USC experience so far?
Absolutely. I've enjoyed every second of it, and I expected nothing less because Coach Riley has an incredible staff. USC is just an incredible university. So it's been every bit as fun as I thought it would be.
What's the baseball plan
So I'm gonna play here. Me and Coach Stank have been talking constantly. Coach Riley's completely on board with this. So I completely plan on being on the baseball field.
How's that schedule worked out?
I guess we'll kind of have to see, but the plan right now is to kind of start working my way back into it. Towards the end of football season. So once football season ends, I can hit it full swing.
Have you talked with Austin over who did both last year about what it was like for him?
Yeah, so we never really talked about the specifics, but we've been able to meet each other, just have some conversations, just person to person, just being friendly with each other. So we've had some good conversation.
What was your plan, kind of your mindset, showing up in the summer to be able to make an impact as early as you did?
My goal was honestly just to come out here, do my best, compete, and most of all have fun. I know I'm in a room full of incredible receivers, and so I was just trying to have as much fun as possible.
How have those guys, the older guys, kind of helped bring you along?
Man, they've been incredible. They've become my big brothers. Having two little brothers at home, they've really showed me the example of how to become those big brothers, especially in such a short span of time. We've only been together for 3 or 4 months, but in those 3 or 4 months, they've taught me so much, and I'm forever thankful for them.
Do you ever get in batting cages like during the season just to kind of stay sharp?
Yeah. So I haven't been in there for a little while, but I plan on being back in there soon.
Where do you feel like your work with Caleb is right now? Like you two seamlessly working together. How do you feel like your connection is with him?
I feel like we have a good connection. It's hard not to have a good connection with Caleb. He's just such a great person off the field, such a likable person. He's such a leader. So I feel like with all those things he brings off the field, he transfers over to on the field, and it makes it pretty easy to be catching balls from him.
Going back to this summer, how helpful has Miller been in your development?
Miller's been fantastic as well. We had meetings. He brought us in. We would just watch film together. He would help us learn the playbook. And now, catching passes from him every day. He's been incredible. And I can't wait to work more with him.
What's been the biggest adjustment for you in high school to college ball? What do you think you've had to learn?
I would say, it's just a little more. Everything's a little more fast-paced. Whether it's the workouts in the summer or the practices, the pace that we go at, everything's just a little bit faster. So that's probably been the biggest adjustment. But overall, it's just been a lot of fun.
Let's do one more.
You were labeled a tight end for your recruitment. Did you always know that receiver was more kind of the designation for you?
I'd always played receiver in high school. I'd never really played true tight end in high school. Whatever Coach Riley saw me fit as, I was willing to play my role. And I guess as of right now, he sees me best fit as a receiver. So I'm trying to do that to the best of my abilities.
Thank you, Duce.